Hey, 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 beautiful people, and you know what I'm going to say. Welcome back to another episode of Mondays with Monday. This is where we dive deep into life, love, liberty, democracy, and now more than ever, we have to tell the truth. I'm your host, Didi Mondene, and tonight we pull back the curtains of something that's already showing up in your pocketbook, your pantry, and your plans. The return of the terrible Trump tariffs. They're back in the headlines, but more importantly, they're back in our lives. Raising prices, shrinking margins, crushing the lungs of black, brown, and marginalized small businesses still gasping after the pandemic. I mean, geez, give us a break. And if you had to ask, what's really going on? And what can we do? To help us navigate through this, I'm joined by my brother, friend, co-worker, author, stranger, friend, no pressure, people. This is John Tobert here with us this evening, and he's been walking the walk with grit, grace, and grit again. John is the president of the local Black Chamber of Commerce, and he's our general manager for Pochines, Cafe de la Soul, right here in the beautiful Kenton District, 8139 North Denver. And before we hand him the mic, let's lay down some groundwork. Tariffs. Those taxes on goods imported into the United States aren't new. They've been part of the U.S. economic policy since the 1700s, but the way they're used, that's where the difference lies. Under presidents like Obama or Bush, tariffs were tools targeted temporarily and tactically. But Trump, his tariffs take a whole different tone. They're broad, brash, and brutal, fueled with nationalism, not negotiation, not with negotiism, not with anything other than the oligarch in mind. Well, what was pitched as Americans first is landing as Main Street last, especially if that Main Street runs through the heart of our communities. Oh, you know who he is. John, welcome to Mondays with Mondene.
Welcome.
I want to pose a few real questions.
Yes, sir.
And you're going to have to remember them. Remember. Okay. The first thing I want to know is what specific price hikes have you seen, whether in the kitchen at Pochines or across the businesses represented in the chamber? What have you seen happen there?
Well, it's in the food industry, we're seeing egg prices skyrocket. They still haven't quite come down. They're currently like $95 per case.
What's in the case?
You probably got about 150 eggs in a case, and it's just ridiculous because there's a gentleman who's a Chinese worker and he's a baker, and he goes through maybe 70 cases a week. So what he's had to do is go to stores like Winco and also Walmart, and what ends up happening is he gets a better price, but he ends up buying out all their eggs.
Wow.
And then we're also seeing it too in some of our Hispanic brothers because of the tariffs in Mexico. Like 60% of our products for them come from Mexico. So they're seeing a great deal of, they have to raise their prices on their menu, which is beginning a domino effect where you begin to price out your customer.
Well, are small black-owned businesses adapting to this, or are they downsizing, or are they just straight out disappearing?
They're disappearing. We've lost 3 black restaurants here within the last 3 months.
Wow. Tell me what the Black Chamber of Commerce is doing right now to protect, to promote, and to incubate the local enterprises that have been affected by this and are continuously affected by it.
Well, some of our research, that we discovered throughout the country, we make up about 14.2% of the total race or the total, what do you call us, people. Mm-hmm. And as far as businesses, we have over 3 million businesses, but we've discovered that the the majority of the black businesses are being individually run. They're not. They don't have any additional workers or any kind of working
When you
competence.
say individually run,
As
a family unit.
individual unit, single person. And so when we look at the organ disparity report, one of the things that we wanted to target was the disparity report talked about how there was not enough black businesses or individuals starting their business. So we wanted to really get in there and motivate people to start their own business. So we've been really looking for finances and funding, being that we're experiencing the new holds on some of the federal funding that's coming from the government. We had to get creative.
Well, they've been holding those funds for over 200 years, honey.
Well, ain't that the truth?
Do you think that our people understand, honestly, how deeply these tariffs hit our wallets, and from gas to groceries or garments? Are we seeing it yet? Do you think that we're feeling it quite yet?
The stock market sure felt it today, so that means we're coming down the line.
Da-da-da.
So it's one of the things that it's trickle. They talk about the trickle down of economics, and it takes a little while, but we will begin to see it. And of course, with inflation at all-time high, the consumer is really at a place to where they don't know whether to spend their money or to hold on to their money.
Well, check it out. Talking from your educated view, what is the one thing our community has to know right now? And what effort is the chamber making to make sure that the community is educated? And are you all preparing us for the next step? What do we need to know right now?
It's a great question. I think the first, most important thing is that black dollars matter. Our money is very, very, very powerful tool. And we need to begin to circulate our money amongst ourselves. Even if we got to go back to the days of the mom and pop businesses, where we begin to have a meat market on the corner and somebody does our laundry. But whatever we have to do to keep the dollars circulating in our community is definitely what we need to target.
Understanding the governmental policy shapes for our financial future is really important. And we're often left out of the equation.
Yeah, very much so.
What can we do to assure, not the chambers do for us, but what can we do in terms of the community? How do we bombard whoever to say, keep us in the loop, we want to know? Where do we start?
That's a good question. I think we need to start with our local congressmen, our senators. If we find out what they're knowing, they're supposed to be representing us. One of the things that I've learned a lot about as far as being an actual representative of a chamber, we're not a part of the process of where the policies are being made.
Yeah.
And that's where it comes down to understanding what's coming down the board, what's coming toward the black community, Hispanic community, the Native American community. And until we can begin to get into those rooms and be able to represent ourselves, I think we're really in the dark in some places.
Well, you know what? Whether you're a business owner or whether you're a private citizen, stepping up for economic survival is right now, and it's very important, especially the black economic survival. I want to say this to our listeners, to our followers, or to our viewers, okay? And I want you to write it down. Listen, write this down. Policy is not just paperwork. Policy is people. When tariffs rise, it doesn't hit some CEOs in Brussels. It hits Monique in Northeast Portland and trying to restock her hair oils, or it hits Marcus down in St. John's who can't afford plywood for the next job. It hits you, it hits me. When our grocery bills jumps $20 without warning, without wavering, and without apology, say, give it here. We're in trouble. And when the burden gets too heavy, the first one goes to fold aren't the giants. They're the moms, they're the pops, they're the uncles, they're the friends who run the coffee shop or fix your AC. The Black Chamber of Commerce has been working tirelessly, not only to support existing businesses, but to prepare the next generation. As a matter of fact, they're about to open a Black Chamber of Commerce in Vancouver, isn't that right?
Yes, sir.
And you're scheduled to do that when?
I'll keep you posted on that. We have to develop a timeline for that, but hopefully in 2026 is our goal.
And you're on board for that.
Yes, sir.
Your support is phenomenal. They're holding financial literacy courses, is that right?
That's right.
And they're hosting policy briefings?
That's right.
And they're offering technical assistance?
Yes, sir.
And you'll see at the bottom of the screen where you can get this assistance and contact the Chamber. And they're helping entrepreneurs navigate funding and procurement processes.
Very well said.
That's important. They're sounding the alarm.
Yeah, very much so.
And I'm glad that you're here sounding the alarm. But more importantly, they're showing us the way.
Amen.
Teach us, John.
Take us there.
Well,
Take
you
us
know,
there.
well, you know, and it's we're getting to a place too where I was reading today in today's news. We have Denny's, for example. They're closing over 1,000 locations. We got Hooters. You know Hooters. They're filing bankruptcy.
No, I don't know about Hooters.
Yeah, they're filing bankruptcy. TGIF Fridays, they're filing bankruptcy. Starbucks is about to lay off 1,000 people. I mean, the list just goes on and on. And so it's to the place now to where we have to really focus on our people, making sure that they have what they need in order to survive what's coming.
Now, worst case scenario. What's your worst nightmare post-COVID, for small businesses? And what do you see if this trend continues to go unchecked?
Devastation to the Black community economically. One of the things we've learned, especially during the time of the pandemic, information is power. You gotta know where to move, how to get what you need in order to survive. And we gotta be able to communicate effectively, let people know what's going on. And we need to be more strategic, planning our next moves, our next steps. You know, not talking about it on Facebook and social media, but getting together in your
This
church.
ain't no ha-ha funny moment.
No, it's not. This is serious. And, you know, even put your cell phone away to where nobody's listening, because we don't know what's really going on. But we need to focus on making sure that we have a plan and we can implement it and we can move mightily quickly.
I want you to help me challenge our community in moving from the word "and we need to say we must do it now."
Amen.
We've got to do it now. And to those of you who are looking, do you hear that? This ain't theory. This is lived reality. This is soul food with the side of survival, baby. But here's the good news. We are not the powerless. Now, these are 3 moves you can make starting right now. Support local owned and operated businesses. Make your choices intentional. Stop being so critical. Y'all know they ain't got a lot of employees, so you got to wait another 10 minutes. Big deal. Go on down there and spend your money. Every dollar is a decision. Every meal, every outfit, every oil change, it adds up.
It does.
Stay educated and share what you learn. Don't let policy language push you into silence. Turn that economic talk into real talk. Share it at the barbershop, the salons that you go to get your nails done, and the bus stops that you know, all that other kind of stuff. We gotta join forces, man.
That's right.
Plug into your local Black Chamber.
That's right.
Address right there. Ain't that, wait, do it right there, Jack. Right there.
Right there, right
Slide
there.
on up there, slide on up there,
Right
yeah. Plug into the chamber. Get to a neighborhood meeting. Lift your voice up. Policy can't ignore what's too loud to dismiss. This is not just about dollars and cents, folks. This is about integrity, dignity, stability, and our future. Until next time, there will be a next time. Stay informed, stay engaged, and let's work together for a better Portland. As a matter of fact, let's work together for a better United States of America. Well, it's time to go, but I want to shout out our sponsors. Post Shines, Cafe de la Soul, 8139 North Denver in the Kitten District. And there is Aunties and Tonties, their daycare services, and they're nurturing our babies with excellence and pride. Adorn Electric, they're lighting up our lights. They're lighting up the set right now. And they're lighting our way forward. And I can't forget the beautiful people at Celebration Tabernacle, 8131 North Denver. Come worship with us every Sunday morning, and you can meet me here. You can meet me here. And to our outstanding production team, Dion, Robin, Andy, and Paul, thank you for holding us down and together. And you do stand tall. Hey, if this episode spoke to your spirit, share it. If it made you think, talk about it. Follow us on Facebook and YouTube. Oh, I forgot. Facebook is right there and YouTube is right there. Just push those buttons. Don't be pushing those buttons. And turn on your notifications so you never miss a beat. Because here on Mondays with Mondene, it's not just about the music. It's about the message. Let's keep the conversation going and make a difference one beat at a time. So until next week, on to the next time you see me, because you see me all the time. Well, I see you too. You just don't. Well, anyway, stay blessed and keep your light shining and keep it bright. Bye-bye. You know, I talk about a lot about knowing where you came from to know where you're going. Well, I came from the projects of St. Louis, Missouri, and I ended up into the majestic mountaintops of Portland, Oregon. It's been a wonderful journey, and Lewis and Clark took that journey from St. Louis to Portland, and I took it too. It talks about who I am, and as I'm with you often in the in cyberspace or on websites or on the what do you call it, social media, I want you to know a little bit about me and who I am. This book talks about my fantasies, my failures, my triumphs, and more than that, it talks about the resiliency of being able to continue to go forward regardless of the odds. I'd get a copy. It's called From Maladies to Melodies. And I hope that you enjoy it and give me some feedback. God bless.
Hey, it's time for you to come to Post Shine. Check out that catfish sandwich. Oh my goodness, is that the shrimp po' boy? Man, look at that chocolate chip cake. Man, I need to get over to Post Shines at 8139 North Denver right now because this food looks delicious. Or call if you'd like, 503-978-9000. And don't miss it, you'll be sorry.
In times gone past, we find ourselves making excuses so that people reminded, ooh, I've got to get home and tend to the brand new missus. I need some time alone. Can't this wait until I finish texting on my phone?